Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Tote Chocolate Designs. Say hello when you jump on, hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you are here and that you are watching. Happy Monday everybody. Oh my gosh, I hope you're all feeling fabulous today. I do have quite the project for us. So I'm just going to pull everything up here real quick on my computer. I don't know why I'm always not prepared, you guys, but I do at least have my transfers out and ready to go today. In just a second, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in that keyword, you're going to get a list of supplies for all the things that we're using tonight to do this project. And come on, Facebook, be a little faster for me. Here we go. All right, here we go. You guys, the keyword for tonight is Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Type Bigfoot in the comments to grab that supply list. Let me come over here to my video, say hello to all my friends as you guys are jumping on. I'm so excited to see you. Oh my goodness. You guys, hello Lorraine, Haley, and hello Darlene. Hi Kelly and Stacy, Jan and Florine. Hello Crystal and Teresa and Cassie. Hi Christy and Wanda and Wendy and Lorraine. Oh my gosh, your daughter is in labor. Oh my gosh, Stacy, how exciting. Girl, you're watching me while your daughter's in labor. Baby's coming tonight. Hey, Cassie. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hello, Sue. Hi, Nancy. All right, you guys. So, it dawned on me that it's been a minute since we did an ink project, so we're going to do one tonight. Hello, Elizabeth and Carol. Carol, hey. Hey, Dana. All right, so you guys, I've got right here, these are our everyday tote bags. These are awesome because they do make great gifts. And there are so many things you can do with these. Hi, Mary. Hi, Ann. So we're going to open this up. This does come in like an off-white canvas color. Hi, Donna and Wendy and Mary. Bigfoot is the keyword. All of one, you guys. Don't put a space between them. I'm not sure if you'll actually get the supply list if you do put a space between it. So just Bigfoot, like the creature Bigfoot. Not like I have a big foot. Though I do. I have a very big and wide foot. But Bigfoot the creature. Okay? All right. Y'all. Wow. I just got myself all choked up there laughing at myself. It happens. Okay. So you guys, I've just opened this up. It's actually kind of yellow toned almost a little bit. But that's okay. Now it does appear that there is a little gift inside here for me as soon as I open this up. So we're going to go ahead and take this little thing out of there so that our ink mat lays down flat inside. And thank you, Chalk, for the extra gift, but I think that I don't need this, and I'm going to throw it away. You guys. All right. So when we're doing a textile like one of these, we do need to have an ink mat or some cardboard or something to put in between the bag layers. Hi, Christine. So that when we do our ink, it doesn't bleed through to the back side of it. We have these nifty things in my shop that are called ink mats, and it's super sticky. You guys can see. I mean, it's stuck to I can't even shake it off if I wanted to. Hey, Becky. Hi, Corey. Hi, Karen. And so these are super duper sticky, and this is going to hold down your design. Now, you guys, this one right here, I actually is the one I picked out, but I thought my tote bag was going to be skinnier. So I just want to check, because I have a bunch of them that are all cut into different sizes. That one's too wide. But I think that I want to grab another piece that I can put next to it just to be sure. Your cat likes playing with those little salt packs. Just to be sure that I have the ink mat covering the entire thing. Because, hi Donna, because we are actually going to use two different transfers today. And one thing that I wanted to show you all is how you can use multiple transfers on a textile surface, okay? Because sometimes you just want to have a little bit more pizzazz than just the one transfer, okay? Let's see, this is going to overlap a little bit, but we're going to do it up anyway. I think we'll be all right. We'll just have a little crease there. But that way we've got the whole tote bag all stuck down to some ink mat. We're good to go. Hi, Shirley. Newbie. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. welcome to my page. Type Bigfoot in the comments and grab your supply list for today. There is absolutely no cost, no obligation, you guys, to do anything when you grab that supply list. It's literally just free information. So when you come on and I tell you type the word Bigfoot or type the word, what was it last night that we did? Type the word wine. All that is free access to information, and you can click around on all of those things, and at no point in time is there any obligation to purchase anything by getting the information, okay? So don't be afraid to type in that word and then to check your messenger and just look through all of that stuff that I've got in there for you. It's just free info, all right? Okay, here we go, you guys. Can you guess which one we're doing tonight? Hi, Betty Joe. All right, you guys, the keyword is Bigfoot. So here it is. Y'all, it's the Sasquatch one. It is called Hide and Seek Champion because y'all know, Sasquatch is, without a doubt, the hide and seek champion, right? They say he's been spotted. I don't know that I believe that. Do you guys think there's really a Bigfoot? Tell me in the comments right now. Say yes, Bigfoot, or say no, Bigfoot. Like, let me know. Do you think he really exists? Yes, Bigfoot, no, Bigfoot. I want to know in the comments. Do you guys believe in Bigfoot? I am just not so sure. I'm just not so sure. Cassie believes in Bigfoot. Yes. I think it's possible. There's a lot of the earth that we have yet to discover. Ray says yes. Evan is not in here tonight. He went swimming and I think he's tired, y'all. No, says Kelly. No, says Dottie. No, says Lorraine. No, says Donna. Very few people seem to believe in Bigfoot. Elizabeth says yes. I think it's possible, you guys. I believe anything's possible, though. Yes. Some people do and some people don't. Y'all, I think it's possible. I think anything's possible. Or at least there wasn't at some point in time. Now I could see that. I could see that. All right, so you guys, I'm just putting this down here on my tote, and I'm trying to get it as straight as I can. Now, if you are really, really particular about making sure that it is straight, you can, if you want to, grab one of these. Aloha, Donna. Yes. No. Seems like it's pretty split there between yeses and nos for Bigfoot. All right, so what you can do is you can grab a tape measure. I am measuring. This is, you guys, don't make fun of me, but you're going to make fun of me. I'm going from this corner right here, and it is 2 plus 3 tickers. And then I'm going to go over to this one right here, and it's 2 plus 5 tickers, so it must not be straight. Okay? So, let's see. Let's see if we can make it straight. 2. Let's split the difference and go 2 plus. If you don't shave your legs, there's definitely a Bigfoot. I love that. Use this on a shirt for your brother-in-law for Father's Day. I'm going to go ahead and just mark this with a pencil real quick. 2 plus 5 tickers. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go 2 plus 5 tickers. And look at that, you guys. Now I have a straight line. Because that's how I measure. John would totally make fun of me for saying that. How do you guys measure? Do you actually count it out? Do you know the 8ths and the 16ths and the 32nds? Or do you just go by ticker marks too? Because I just go by ticker marks. Rachel! From a hot Texas girl. It is hot everywhere right now. It is so hot. It was like 96 here today, something like that. Both of the kids and John all got in the pool. And the dog got in her own little pool. She loves her little mini pool. And then she goes and she runs in the backyard and gets herself all muddy. No tickers. Do you not do tickers, Pam? Hi, Marcel. All right, now I can put this down on my little pencil lines here and know that it's going to be straight. Now, I could also ticker mark from side by side, but I'm not going to. I'm going to eyeball that. And I think it's not quite straight because it needs to be between my straps. We're good right there. Ticker marks. They're ticker marks, y'all. 102 in Cleveland. Holy moly. Your dog has a baby pool too. They have to, y'all. It's so hot out. Dogs need a pool. All right, you guys. Now here's another. Nova Scotia, Canada's having a heat wave. There's a heat wave everywhere. This whole nation's having a heat wave right now. It's insane. You go by ticker marks. There you go. I'm not the only one. Okay, you guys. Well, what about this? I was pulling out my ink to do this project tonight, and you guys, look what I discovered. I've got some mates. Apparently, I am just as bad as any other person at trying to figure out what I've got and what I don't. So I have 2 brown inks. I have 2 black inks right now. We're going to use some bark. We're going to use some black velvet, and then we're going to use some Dune and some pesto for this project tonight, okay? Y'all. Okay. Listen, I have another confession to make right now. For those of you who are going to go to ChalkCon, here's my confession. I did get that, Carol. Thank you. Once you learn to sew, well, that makes sense. Once you learn to sew, here's my confession about ChalkCon, you guys. I leave on Wednesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's when my flight takes off. I need to be at the airport early, okay? I'm about 30% ready. That's about it. That's about it. 30%. That's about it. I ordered some clothes from Amazon today. They'll be here first thing tomorrow. And Carol has been like all over me, asking me what I'm wearing like a month ago. And here I am like the day before, still trying to figure it out. Because that's how I roll, you guys. I take everything in life one day at a time. And you know what? It's because I give my all each and every day, but I can't, there's just only so much I can do. So I focus on that one day, and then when it comes time for me, yeah, y'all, that's what happens. All right, so we're going to start off with some pesto. When you're working with ink, this is ink, not chalk paste, okay? So ink does not dry hard like our chalk paste does. What am I waiting for? Girl, I just had so many things to do. I've had that wedding that I had to do. I had that Watts of Love-a-thon that took me almost 3 weeks to finish, that I only expected for it to be a weekend event. There was just a lot of stuff going on in the last month that was just insane. You know, I have one bag packed, and hopefully I'll find everything that I need. I do have my dress. That's about it. Your sisters and everything was packed and everything is ready. You have a long layover. Carol, we have the same layover, don't we? How can you have a long layover in Chicago? Driving down Thursday morning. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. This is pesto ink. We're always going to work from the side farthest from us and then work our way down. So our ink is going to kind of absorb into that, that material. And then you're going to have to heat set it with some heat in order to make it permanent on here so you can wash it, okay? You had a wedding. I had to set up for the wedding and tear down from the wedding, though, Carol. So mine, even though it was a wedding, it was still 3 days worth of work for me. I didn't get to just go and attend. I was a good helper. My family is doing well. Doing very well. So there's just been a lot going on. I'll be as ready as I can be when I get there. And it is what it is. Oh my gosh. Carol, that is long. I don't have to be at my airport until like 6:30. You won this transfer. Awesome. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some black velvet. Okay. So I want to do everything. Oh, this is why I have 2 black velvets. This one's almost empty. Let's scoop it out of there and get rid of this jar. As long as you're ready by the time you need to leave, I'm good to go. That's right. So I might not be live tomorrow night, you guys, because if I am still as stressed out come 8 o'clock as I am right now, I have got to get myself prepared to leave. Today I was just focused on getting laundry done Do I have the calendar transfer? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen the calendar transfer. Except for the Christmas countdown one. Oh, I know, Darlene. I'm super excited. Super excited to get to meet Tiffany Thiessen. That's an honor. Okay, so we're going to do everything except for our Bigfoot guy right here in the black velvet. And I just got it on my fingers. Make sure you guys are prepared at all times to get it off your hands, because if you accidentally put it on your tote or on your clothes, it will stain and it's hard to get back off, okay? Yeah, last minute packing is sometimes best. Yeah, I do have a little, you guys, I have a little, I have this. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You're right. There's always a Walmart. All right, so we're going to do all of this in black velvet. Everything except for our Bigfoot Sasquatch guy is going to be black velvet. When your son flew here at Christmas from Wisconsin, his layover in Chicago went from 1 hour to 9 hours. Oh my gosh, I would freak if our layover got delayed in Chicago. But when John and I were coming back from Mexico this year, we almost didn't get to leave Mexico. Like, almost. I should have used a bigger squeegee. We were delayed and then delayed again and then delayed again. And then we had to stay overnight in Chicago before we could come back home the next day. That's how bad the delays were. So, yeah, that was a trip. That was a trip. And you guys, when the airline puts you up in a hotel for the night because they can't fly you to where you're supposed to go, they put you up in the most disgusting, low-end hotels that they can find. Honey, I have the stool right here, but I need the stool for my my ink mat. Yes. He's in here, you guys. I'm doing ink tonight though, bud, so this is a little bit more dangerous to play with, okay? What? Did you guys, he seriously just let one rip on his way out the door. That's my boy. They really are. Maybe it's just because I had just gotten back from that. It was a retreat, you guys, so that was like an all-inclusive. They paid for everything, gorgeous suites for a week, and then to get put in like the most rundown, disgusting hotel. I think it made it even worse. All right, so we're just going to go from top to bottom, and I'm avoiding our Bigfoot here. Yo, I tell ya. Boys will be boys. So he was grounded yesterday. He got grounded yesterday for being rude to his grandma and his aunt when we saw them over the weekend. And grounded off tablets and grounded to his room for most of the day. Yes, they are. And today he got to have his tablet privileges back. So he woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, jumped right on his tablet, and then at about 11 o'clock, he's like, Mom, I'm still tired. I'm like, well, kid, take a nap. And he did, and he slept till like 3 o'clock. It was insane. All right, you guys, we're going to avoid Bigfoot here. But I do think that I'm going to get out my other little squeegees just to get that black line right below his foot. And that neighbor kid came over again today, y'all. The one I'm not a big fan of. And before he even said hi to my son, the first thing he said was, "Is your pool open?" Yeah, but you're not swimming. Boys will be boys for sure. All right, I just want to get the bottom of this with that black. So we've got a clear black line here underneath this foot. And it matches all of the rest of this frame going around Bigfoot. Hi, Tanya. Got the cutouts for that transfer. Son loves Sasquatch. Yeah, I'm sure that there are probably several designers who are all doing the cutouts for different transfers right now. I'm not one of them, you guys. I do not do cutouts. I don't have an Etsy shop. It's enough for me to just do this and come up with different things every single night. I know, right, Lisa? Oh, that kid drives me insane. All right, let's go ahead and do the bark for the Sasquatch real quick, and then we're going to come back in and we can do the rest of it. We're going to do that paste and pull. Youngest boy came over yesterday and brought my AC up from down the cellar to the first and second floors. Oh, how awesome is that for you? So you got all hooked up, huh? So now you can be comfortable in your own home again? Because it's hot. For those of you guys who don't know, we have a neighbor kid who likes to come over, and he's trouble. His family is trouble. And every time he comes over, he just wants stuff. And it's just not a good situation. I'm afraid to let him in my pool because he doesn't listen. He doesn't follow the rules. He'll get up on the edge and he'll jump in from the side of the pool. He'll dive off the ladder, things like that. And I'm just scared. Thank you, Mary. I'm just scared that, you know, if he gets hurt here, what his parents would do. Liability issues. Yeah, I do. I do have children at home. You just can't be too careful. I don't know his parents. I just know the backstory, and it's not a good one. You need another AC for your craft room. Oh my gosh, girl. I've been sitting in here today with a blanket on because it has been, like, I have this small room, and it's teeny, tiny, tiny room, you guys. But the air was blowing right on my legs, so I had to put a blanket over my legs. But the rest of the house felt really good. Thank you. You guys, I needed that verification. Like, I don't need that liability. If I knew his parents, it would be one thing. If they came over and watched him, it would be something different. But they just... So, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's like he came over, he asked Evan, and then he left. He roams the streets till 9:30 at night. He's 10. You guys, 10. Oh, you did. Yeah, the honeycomb frame is almost out. All right, I'm going to go very carefully right up next to this black. If I happen to smudge it together, I'm okay with that. All right, y'all, we've got that much of it. Let's go ahead and pull this up just so that it doesn't start to dry in there. People are so happy, and you have to be cautious, especially at a pool. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't know if that kid can swim or not. All right, so I think there's some distressing in this. Am I wrong? Did it dry, or is there natural distressing? I think that there might be natural distressing. Okay, here we go. You guys, it is sad for him, but at the same time, I can't risk my own family stuff. Look how cool that looks! Oh my gosh, I love him. I love him. All right, we're just going to lay that back down very, very gently, and then we can finish off the bottom part here. And then we're going to do another transfer overlay on top of this. It was bark that I used on him. Yep. That was bark. So we're going to do... It's a lot of ink on this one. we're going to do the rest of this frame going all the way around in the black velvet, and then all of the words I'm going to do in that green. So you can pick your colors. Maybe you're not a fan of green. Maybe you want to use blue instead. I just like green because it seemed like it was more more campfire color than blue would be. I should have used my little tool for this area. We'll make it work. Oh, I can get down there anyway. There we go. Thank you. All right, and then we can just squeegee off all of that excess that we've got. A lot of excess right here. You almost missed it. Better late than never. Absolutely. All right, and now we can come back with our green color and just finish this part off, okay? My buddy he's not knocked out, but I think he's keeping Dad awake right now. I told him I was doing an ink project, and ink projects are just a little bit more, you got to be more careful with them, because if you get it on your clothes, it'll stain your clothes. And he's in some pajamas he really likes. New Year post, I'm in love with this transfer. Favorite movie is oh, I missed that part, but the long trailer. I've never seen that before. First time you didn't get your notifications. I think I accidentally shut it off early and it only sent notifications to like 1,200 people instead of 1,800. So I think that there were certain people that didn't get the notification tonight. And that was my fault. I shut it off too soon. Hi, Darlene. When my kids are out of town, my aunt will come here to watch them. And I think on Thursday, she's probably going to take them home with her and do a slumber party, because that's John's golf night. John's company wanted him to go back out of town again this week, and I was like, no. This is my week to be out of town. Oh, I had a little bit of black, so I'm just going to kind of blend that in. There we go, you guys. All right, we're going to go ahead. I'll have to take a look at it. All right, you guys, are you ready? Give me the donuts to your grandson tomorrow. Oh, awesome. Here we go, you guys. We're going to pull the rest of this up. Just kind of giving it a little wiggle. All right, now that part right there where it's black, I did miss a lot of that. So I'm actually going to come back in with my black ink and that smaller little tool that I've got here. And I'm going to try to go over that one more time just to fill in those spots that I missed, because I missed quite a bit of it. And let's see if that works a little bit better. Much better now. Much better now. All right. Let's see here. What colors am I going to use next? We can put away the brown. And we can put away the black velvet. So So I'm just taking my squeegees and making sure that I get all of that ink back off of there and put that back in my jar. I can use that for another project. And then check my fingers, okay? Make sure there's no ink on my fingers. All right, now we need to give this a good dry. We're not done with it yet, though, because we're going to put another transfer on here just to see how it'll look. Hi, Brenda. But we need to get this nice and dried up first before we lay another transfer on top. Joanne, I do. The little tools that I'm using, I will reply to you right now, since I'm drying this, with the link for the little bitty tools that I'm using. There you go. They're on Amazon. They're called silicone shaping tools on Amazon. You can get them in 3 different colors. I mean, 3 different sizes. I have the 6-inch. You're right. Spray my transfer. Multitask. Thank you, Mary. So I do want to make sure that this is nice and dry. Dry to the touch anyway. Before I lay my other transfer over top of it. I have some green on my finger, so we're not good there yet. You're just going to take your finger and kind of dab it in there and check to see if your colors are dry enough. You can kind of see when it starts to dry, it'll look less glossy. That still has green on my finger, which means that that'll end up on the back of my transfer, and I don't want that, though it will clean off. But it might fade a little bit of our current design if we don't have this dry enough. All right, you guys, I think we're good. I think we're good. Now, normally when you're doing chalk paste, what you're going to do now is wax over top of this. When you're doing ink, you don't want to. You just want to make sure that this is nice and dry before you move on to the next step. So I have another pattern that I want to use as a background for this, but I want it to be kind of subtle behind everything that we've got here, okay? So I picked a color that's close to this bag. It's called Dune. And I'm going to mix that with that same green that we've got up here, but I want to just give Dune like a green tone. Your bestie Sandy Nelson got that heat tool for you for your birthday. Do you love it, Pam? I love it. It's my favorite. Love that heat tool so much. So I'm going to grab some of our Dune color. You guys, I love mixing colors. That is probably way too, no, it's not too much. It's not. I'm just going to go with it. We'll see what happens. I just answered the question you were going to ask. Awesome. All right, and then I'm going to take maybe a quarter of the amount. So you guys can see I've got like 3/4 Dune, 1/4 of the pesto that we used. And I'm just going to stir these 2 colors together and make a color that is like it's like a green tinted Dune, if that makes sense. I want it to be just slightly off from the color of this bag, because I want it to be a subtle, subtle background. And that looks like that's pretty darn good to me. It's a very, very light, faint green. I want to make sure I get all that mixed in well, so that if I slide my squeegee on the side of my little tray, I don't have multiple colors coming through. Ooh, but actually that might look good. Oh, now I have another idea. Okay, because this is what I do. Let's do this. I have that color, super cute. Love that color. I'm going to grab another color tray. got my little Hars for mixed paint today. What are Hars? These little, my little jars. Oh, the little jars. These little bitty jars. Yes! I love that. All right, I'm going to grab some more of this color, the Dune. And this time I'm going to mix, same thing, you guys. I'm going to mix that pesto, but I'm going to mix more pesto and make this a little bit darker than what I did before. Just to give a little bit more tone to this. Let's take some of that. Let's take some of that Dune back out of there. I just want a mix that's a little bit darker than that too, just to give this a couple of different, like a more of a layered color. So this is definitely darker, but it's not as dark as what we've got on our bag, and it's not as light as this other color over here. We're just going to add a little bit of some, I don't know, some extra dimension, I guess, with that. Having both of those colors. All right, here we go. Here we go, you guys. Are you ready for this? Dune's the one color you don't think you have. I love Dune because it's similar to like it's just darker than the vanilla. But it's great for so many things. All right, you guys. My favorite pattern right now of all of the patterns that we have out there is this one right here. It's by Tiffany Thiessen Collection, and this one right here is called Weavin', and I just love this one. So we're going to use this on here. You got a 6-pack of small square plastic containers from Dollar Tree with great snap-on lids for paint and make, and they're great. Awesome! It does kind of look like guacamole. You're right. It does. So I'm going to put this right over top of the design that we just did. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. We're not going to ruin it. I promise you. But what I want to do is make like a little area here. There we go. Almost like a little box. Almost like a little box. And I don't want this to be perfect either. I don't. So, I'm going to take one of my squeegees, and I think I'm going to use a bigger one tonight. And we're going to do mostly this color, okay? And I'm going to kind of just put it all on here in different spots. It doesn't need to be perfect. Trust me, y'all. And I'm just going to kind of get it on here and avoid where I can see what I've got going on underneath it. Trust the process. I am messy, sloppy painting, y'all. This is a camping one. It shouldn't be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. But just kind of going back and forth with my color. Oh, guys. Oh, you guys, I forgot to tell you. Guess who I ran into today? Kind of hot mess. Kind of hot mess. I went to Hobby Lobby today to grab some things for ChalkCon. And I ran into my old boss from my old job. It was a little awkward. It was just a little awkward, y'all. But her daughter's getting married, so she was in there looking for stuff for her daughter. And I met her daughter when her daughter was like 5. So it's kind of weird that her daughter's getting married. All right, I definitely want to have some down here too. But I got to be careful. And I think what I might do is just use my stick. Yeah. There we go. All right, y'all, trust the process. It's going to look kind of messy. It's okay. All right, once I've got that on there, you keep getting advertisements on the bottom of the screen. I don't know how to turn those off. Oh, Carol, I'm sorry. I'll have to look into how to turn those things off. I really don't know. I wish it's just because of, it was awkward because, well, it was 18 years that I was there. I had no intention of leaving until they kind of screwed me over. That's why. And so it was awkward for me to see her. They kind of wronged me. All right, you guys, now I'm kind of doing hot mess right over top of it. It's just weird seeing her again. All right, let's see. We're just playing around. I did leave on good terms. They had like 6 months notice that I was leaving. It wasn't like 2 weeks. It was like, as soon as I get my crap together, I'm out of here. And it took me 6 months to get my act together. All right, you guys, I think I'm good with this. Let's go ahead and start to pull it up and see how this looks, but I think it's going to look really cool. Yes! I love it! Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it. I think it looks fantastic with that pattern on there. Now I almost want to put a border on it, but I don't think that it needs it. I don't know. I don't know. But I think it looks awesome. And you can see that it does kind of have... You guys, look at how cool. It does. It has a very faded and worn out look because I wasn't trying to press the ink down in there hard. And because of the pattern itself. So it's a very camper style, I think. I wanted to go around it, but I didn't want to get super close to it either. I wanted to give it a border, but not like one with harsh lines. So let's go ahead and dry this off. Thank you, Donna. Clean up my mess a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can see in the camera or not, but there's definitely 2 different colors going on there in that woven pattern. Okay, Jerry. Thank you. I think it looks great. But now I'm debating on if I want to embellish this or not. Because I could. I definitely could. Still wet, y'all. Still very, very wet. Now, ideally, before you go and heat set this, you want to let this sit for 24 to 48 hours to really completely dry and cure, but I never do. I just blow dry it with my blow dryer until it's done. Thank you, Carol. Ah, it's still not dry. You wouldn't have thought to use that pattern with it? I feel like this pattern is so versatile. You can use it with anything. Anything. Leave it as it is. There's at least one thing I want to do to it. Maybe some greenery. Maybe. You had an idea of mixing some bark or camel with the greens to make it look... Yeah, that would work. That would totally work. Still getting more on my fingers. So it's not dry yet. I think it looks really cool because it doesn't have the sharp edges on it. Like, it's not a perfect straight line. Darn! But it's taken quite a minute to dry. This is why they say to let it sit to dry. We're getting there. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and pull the ink mats out before we burn them, because you can burn your ink mats, you guys. And my little dryer tool gets really, really hot. And I gotta be careful. You like that it's not a straight line? I gotta be careful because I have a transfer over here too that's not laid down on a towel. And actually, I think I'm gonna set it over here just so I know I won't bump into it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and heat set this now. And to do that, I'm just gonna take one of these little mats. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can use any towel, just kind of folded into a couple of different times to make sure that it is doubled up and going to protect your surface. And then we're going to put a piece of parchment paper over top of it, and we're going to use a heat press. If you don't have a heat press, you can use an iron. I've got mine set for 315 degrees at 30 seconds. If you have a regular iron, you're going to do medium to high heat with no steam. That's very important, you guys. No steam for a couple of minutes on each side until that ink is set. Y'all, we are going to embellish this, and I think that I'm going to use Fabric Fusion and maybe a little bit of hot glue. So let's go ahead and turn that on too, just to be sure. All right, now I need to move that pad over to the other side and do the other side. Brenda, I don't know. So I'm bringing like a couple of Dollar Tree surfaces that are wood, and then some textile stuff. I don't know what they've got and what they don't have. I don't know what to bring. I'm just kind of throwing some stuff in my bag and figuring if I can't embellish it there, then I'll bring it home and put the embellishments on it that I want to have on it. But I still want to have a few things to choose from. You still haven't used your heat press yet? Girl, get it out of the box. These things are awesome. Got 10 seconds left. Now, because this is just a tote bag, I'm not going to do the inside of it like I would a shirt. This will not be washed anywhere near as many times as a shirt would. And turn that thing off. You guys, it's now heat set. Our ink is permanent. Okay? I can put this in the wash machine. I can wash it over and over and over again, and it's going to be good to go. I think it looks super cute, but I don't know, you guys. I still think that I want to play around with some embellishments just to see how they would look. And I had this plan, and then I didn't have this plan anymore because I was like, I don't think that it needs that, and now I think it might. You pack needles and thread, Carol? You plan on sewing? All right, let me see what I did have. And we'll see if this works with it or not. I don't know, you guys. It's... I think I kind of like it. I'm not going to on this because it's just a tote bag. It's not like a shirt that I'm going to do over and over and over again. I kind of think that I want to frame this in, and I think I kind of like this. I'm going to cut it a little long and see how it looks if I did top and bottom with this decorative jute stuff. I think I like the trim on there. But I think I want to check my box and see if there might be a different one that I like better. That one right there might be just too thick for me. This one's too decorative. That's definitely too decorative. And this one right here, we'll see, it's a little more plain. I think I like that one right there the best. Yep, so far I like that one right there the best. I'm not seeing another one that I like better. On Amazon. I got that trim on Amazon. I got most of these little pieces here at Hobby Lobby. No, I like this one. I hear you, Brenda. The first one is the winner of all of them. I don't like any of those better than this one. So let's go ahead and we're just going to tack this down with some glue and some Aleene's fabric glue. Now this is brand new, so I have to be able to get it open. Or pliers, one or the other. Strong man or pliers. Either will do. All right. Here we go, you guys. We'll cut off our excess as we need to. But I am just going to put down maybe I should have done the other stuff first. You're so tired. I hear you, Carol. I do. I am tired too, girl. Why is it not coming out? I might need to clip the end of this. I think that's why. No, I mean, I did not find shoes. I did not find shoes. I think I'm just going to go barefoot and hope that everybody's okay with that. I'll wear my sandals. I bought some shoes for ChalkCon on Amazon, and I have really, 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 really wide feet. And they don't fit. They're too small. And they're too tight, like on the arch. So I have to either find shoes or just not care that my shoes aren't going to be beautiful. I know, right? All right, Cassie, go ahead and go to bed. We're just going to add some trim and a few other little embellishments here and call this one good. I think I am just going to use Aleene's, though, and not the hot glue, because this is going to actually set. So it looks like a bunch of Y's. Is what this trim looks like, yeah. It's like a bunch of Y's. This is supposed to be the fast setting stuff too, so hopefully it sets up pretty fast for us. But I must say I liked my other fabric glue a lot better than I liked this bottle. But I couldn't find the same stuff again. for that every day. He has no idea. Yeah, Pam, I can't mail order them, but I can't find them in stores either. That's the problem. Like, I have to buy men's shoes, and they just don't fit my feet. So trying to find something fancy for an event, you can just forget about it. Doesn't happen. All right, you guys. We're also going to put a couple of little buttons right up here at the top. And I think that that's going to finish it off. What do you guys think? Right up here on the stitching. Where that handle comes together. Thank you. And we'll have just this cute little tote bag. I don't want to put flowers on it because it's Sasquatch, y'all. So no flowers. But I think that that looks super cute. And I even think John would carry it for me. You have the opposite problem. You have a narrow foot. Mine is so wide. I have a men's, my foot is a men's size 8. Carol, the ones I ordered were wide width. And they were not wide enough. That's the problem. Thank you. All right, I'm waiting just a second for these buttons to dry before I hold this up. But that stuff is quick set. All right, Noemi. Yeah, flowers really don't go with Bigfoot. They really don't. But a little bit of trim to fancy this up a little bit. And there we have it, you guys. There we have it. You wear a size 2 shoe? Lorraine, your foot is smaller than my daughter's. She's a size 7 and she's only 10. That's crazy. All right, you guys, there it is. There's our hide and seek champion. No, we don't have that here. We don't. I need dress shoes, though. That's the thing. I need dress shoes to go with a pink dress. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. So there we have it, you guys. No, I don't. I usually wear sandals. Flip-flops. Or men's tennis shoes. No, there wasn't an extra wide option. Nope. All right, you guys, there it is. There's our hide and seek champion one for our tote bag that I think is super cute. I'm going to use this when we're camping to put a bunch of our stuff in to haul back and forth. I think it's going to be perfect for our camper, little camper bag. And so stinking adorable. So you guys, Bigfoot is the keyword for tonight. Type in Bigfoot. Grab the supply list, grab the things to remake this because you're going to want to do it too. But it has to be delivered by tomorrow. I'm going to have to wear my flip-flops. That's all there is to it. Or a pair of shoes that don't match. All right, y'all. So there it is. I think it turned out super cute. There's our little tote bag. Love it, love it, love it. And I am going to get off of here. Go barefoot. Carol, I'm going to be walking the stage to accept awards. I don't want to do that barefoot. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I have all day tomorrow. I'm a Hot Mess Express. They have to accept that, right? All right, y'all. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys later. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, but it's all going to depend on whether or not I have got my poop in a group before the nightfall. So if not, I will let you guys know. ChalkCon does start on Wednesday, so that's our travel day. And then you guys will get to see all the things that are happening there at ChalkCon as I kind of take you all through the event, at least which parts I can, to show y'all what our big annual convention is all about. I might be able to do that, Donna. Maybe. All right, you guys, that's it for tonight. Have a good one, and I will see you guys very, very soon, okay? Love you all so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.